on your Thursday morning. Localised to the week on the way very soon. Now, though, time to catch up with Carl Williams, our health, fitness and well-being guru. Morning, buddy. How you doing?
Good morning, mate. I am very well, and yourself?
Yeah, all good, thanks, buddy. Yeah, I'm getting like lots of odd jobs done this week. You know, just stuff that you just keep putting off, like the garage. My goodness me, what a state that is. What a state. But yeah, I've just been having a good sort out, a good clear out. So yeah, all good really, mate. It's been pottering about, as well as, of course, being in this wonderful studio and speaking to fabulous people like yourself. I mean, last time we were on the stage at the county show, thanks for popping along. It was great to see you there, bud.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a great atmosphere. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of rain on day 2 there, but it was still great. Everybody was in high spirits. It was nice to connect and link up with some other people I hadn't seen in the industry for a while and other industries. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that I think was the biggest takeaway from the county show this year was people seeing each other again. Hopefully, a lot more collaborations and sort of joined up thinking moving forward. That sort of seems the order of the county show. And Charlotte was actually saying, hopefully, you might even be doing some stuff with Aspire, which would be cool.
Yeah. She contacted me afterwards, and I said that would be fantastic. As you know, I love to link up and work with other people. I think it's exactly how people should be in any type of industry, let alone a small Pembrokeshire industry. So yeah, I'd love to. And she's got great energy. We're quite similar in the vibe that we bring. So yeah, I think it'll work really well.
Yeah, awesome. Lots to take away from the county show, and here we are, a little bit drier and hopefully a little bit brighter today. Although the first day was absolutely stunning at the county show, but we're now looking at from A-level results last week, which was a big topic of the day on the Thursday. We're now here GCSE results day. I mean, it's just like the anxiety, isn't it? The build up, the pressure. You've done it. There's nothing more you can do. Just wait. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on these little people these days, especially sort of post-COVID.
There definitely is, and you know, hats off to you all who are going through it right now. The end is near, and you know, irrespective of your results, you will feel better. You'll have some time to reflect, and your paths will become quite open for you to see where you go moving forward. I remember being in that position of, I'm going to get good enough grades to get where I want to be, but am I going to get what I wanted ideally? You know, how is it going to affect me going forward? We all go through stresses every single day, and things like this on top can be a little bit hard to deal with, but take it from somebody with experience, and anybody else who is now past the age of exams, you will all think back and go, if I only knew then what I know now about stress and how it affects you and whatnot, you would go into it with a lot more of an open head, a lot more calmer mentality, and probably do better. And I say that from somebody who's got dyslexia. So I was never good at reading a question or kind of putting my words together efficiently in regards to a written form in order to conduct an answer. So I found it really, really difficult. But what I've learned is since then is, you know, an exam is obviously a very good stepping stone. But it's not the end of the world in a negative perspective. If you've done great, fantastic. But if you haven't done great, it doesn't mean that the world stops there. It just means that you reflect and maybe angle yourself in a different direction, which better suits you as opposed to maybe an academic paper.
And I mean, in certain areas, in certain fields as well, you know, it's a necessity to get the grades, but in others it really isn't. I mean, when I was in school, there certainly wasn't ever a mock exam or any practical on wanting to be a DJ. You know, it was what I always wanted to do, and you know, I just scrimped the grades that I needed to go and do music tech in the college. I think it was only 6 months I was there, and I got a full-time job in radio. So, you know, I mean, it really isn't the be-all or end-all. And, you know, some of the most successful people in the world had poor grades. But it's one of those, isn't it? It depends where you want to go, what you want to do. But ultimately, I guess, you know, using the information that you have and the knowledge you have, just being able to let go of those stresses where it might just be like, I need to jump on the bike for half an hour. I need to go and play football with my mates. I need to just go and play rugby. You know, at least if you can call upon those people, you can get some of those worries and stresses away. Because, you know, it's a life-changing result that some of these children will be getting today.
Yeah, absolutely. It will be life-changing in one way or another. It will help you foresee your future in a particular department or realm or area. or it will give you the opportunity to open your mind. And for me, it's really important that the second one is the one that you do anyway, is you open your mind. And if you do get your grades, great, you can continue on your path. But let's say that path in the end, in 5 years down the line, isn't where you realize that actually you thought you may have wanted to be. For an example, now I might go back to this in the future, but up until I was 20, I always wanted to be a PE teacher. And then all of a sudden I started traveling the world and I realized that I'm a teacher, but from afar. Everything I do is what they do in schools, but I just do it on my own platform. So going back to school and being a school teacher may be something I'll do in the future. But for that period of time, I took it as a way, right, okay, how can I do what I love in an environment that I like and do it on my own terms, on my own means? And this is the path that I chose. So it's really, really exciting that you guys are in this position, but you shouldn't let it stress you. But if you are finding it stressful, then write down the pros and the cons of whatever path you're going to go down and how you can be kept on that path. And a lot of it comes back to our mindset, and how we get a good mindset comes back to our health, our well-being, and how we do our regular ongoing fitness and activity that will keep us on that path.
I know, some super, super advice there, Carl. And I mean, don't forget as well that if you are really worried, you're super emotional today, you didn't quite get those grades, reach out. There's always someone there you can talk to. If it's not your mum, dad, it's one of your mates. But I find the best way, especially when I'm sort of like, super stressed out or emotional, is just to go and do something that you really, really enjoy. And if it is having a kick about, go to town on it. Go and try and do 45 minutes between the two of you. If you love going out on the bike, push an extra couple of miles. If you love going for a run, just do an extra run around the block. Go out with the dog for a little walk. I mean, just by getting that exercise, it does sort of help level you a little bit, doesn't it?
It does. There's a company out there. I can't remember if it was North Face or somebody else, but they've got a slogan called "Tread Your Worries Away," and it's, all it is about getting out and moving, changing your environment. Sometimes if you're in a stressful position, you could be sat at home, you could be sat in the office, you could be in your room, and those walls feel like they're closing in on you. You need to change your demeanor, change your mindset, change your environment in order to get a fresh outlook and to give yourself that time to relax. So get out and about. Do one of your favorite hobbies. Go and jump on the decks, or go for a swim, or go for a walk, or with a dog, whatever it might be. But it's just giving yourself the ability to breathe and to relax and calm down and do some breathing techniques, some deep breaths, and some meditation if you can do that. Foresee yourself and visualize where you want to be. Foresee yourself already in that position and in a happy place and being happy. Do the little talks in the mirror when you're feeling stressed, like we talked about before. There's so many things there that we can do for ourselves. But the last thing we need to do is to get inside our own head and to worry about things that generally never normally happen. And 95% of the stuff that we worry about is stuff that's fear. It's the stuff that we make up in our own imagination and our own worst nightmares. And generally the world isn't as difficult as we portray it sometimes in our own head. But the only way you can get out of that is by changing your perspective, and changing your perspective sometimes, like we just said, doing something that you need to do which helps you at that point in time.
Spot on. Absolutely spot on. And don't forget, you can always reach out to us as well if you need any advice, or if you want us to signpost you at Pure West Radio. And of course, get your questions in for Carl. We have a great chat every week about fitness, well-being, advice, mental health, foods, dietary. We want to just make you have the better you. It's at Pure West Radio at Synergy as well. Carlos, always an absolute pleasure, buddy. Have a fabulous bank holiday weekend, and look forward to catching up with you next week.
Cheers, buddy. You too, guys. Take care.
Absolute superstar.